This video was made possible by EA GameChangers. Thank you to EA GameChangers for flying me out to the event. Hi guys, firstly, sorry about the echo in here. You might have heard already, from the 8th to the 13th of June I went to Hollywood for EA Play. I was invited out by EA to try out the new Sims mobile game. And I got a nice t-shirt. As well as that, I was able to give my feedback to the developers on the game and also capture some content that I can share with you over the coming months. Starting with this video, which is my initial impressions of the game. It is important to remember that Sims Mobile is still a work in progress. As we speak, changes are being made to the version that I had access to, which means the finished product will be very different from the soft launch that is currently only available in Brazil. So don't be surprised if your game is very different when it's finally released.
When I first opened the game, I was very impressed with the graphics. Some people said that they aren't keen, but I like that it's similar to The Sims 4. I heard that people are somewhat upset about the graphics because they aren't like The Sims Freeplay, but I prefer it in a way as they do need to be different. And they are, and they're both different but also both beautifully designed. I'm not going to go into much detail about Creator Sim right now, but the amount of options is amazing. I love that you can edit every facial feature with the sliders to make incredibly unique Sims, as well as different body shapes and even creating Sims with blue or green skin, if you fancy that. I really like that when you click on an item of clothing you can choose the colour from the list down the side instead of having to scroll down loads of clothes that are the same design but a different colour. Hopefully they'll be adding more clothes when the game is released. When completing the tutorial I found that a beginner would easily get lost. The goals do appear at the top of the screen, but they are very basic instructions. I also wasn't sure when the tutorial was complete as there wasn't a pop-up to tell me that it was over. I did mention this to the developers, so hopefully a change is in the works.
I'm briefly going to explain the different aspects of the game and give my opinion on what I think so far. I will go into more details at a later date when everything is set in stone.
This is a very fast-paced, real-time game. Most actions take 5 seconds to complete, so there is a lot of focus tapping, which in one way I really like, as you can play for a long time before you run out of energy. Once you run out of a need, it needs refilling using an item, which takes time, so you can have a little break then until it's refilled. The repetitive tapping can become a little boring though if you decide to speed up the refilling actions with Sim Cash instead of waiting. There is only one house in this town, and you can have 4 playable Sims in that house at one time. You can have other Sims such as babies and toddlers, but you cannot play as these Sims until they age and a playable Sim has passed on.
Yes, I did say pass on. Hopefully the Sims Freeplay fans who don't like this feature will appreciate it more in this game. It is a lot better, I think, and it is quite a major part of the game.
So the main point of the game really is legacies and generations. So your Sims complete life goals, and the more life goals they complete, the better heirloom they will leave behind for the next generation. Heirlooms unlock new items in the game. Because of this, your Sims will automatically age each day, but they do not age if you do not open the game. So if you don't open the game for 3 weeks, they will not age during that time. You won't come back and find all your Sims have died. They have a certain amount of days at each stage, and it is about 12 days in total, although this could change.
The developers have said that they want players to have an emotional attachment to their Sims, but I really don't like this idea. Firstly, you can't build an emotional attachment in 12 days, it's not possible. And why would you want to anyway? They're just going to die, so I don't see how being emotionally attached to them is a good idea. You think they would have learnt from The Sims Freeplay really? When they introduced dying in that, a lot of people were very unhappy because they got so attached to their Sims because they had them for so long and then they just died. So really, I think they should keep it at 12 days so we can't get attached.
As it is now, I think the death aspect works and is needed in this game. As when a Sim dies, you add a new Sim in their place to continue where they left off, and you keep upgrading the house as you earn the new heirlooms to unlock the new items in buy mode, and level up to purchase more land expansions to make your house bigger. Personally, I found buy mode very awkward to use. You can't see a cutout view through the walls when changing the floors or the wallpaper, which makes it difficult to see what you're doing. And there isn't a bird's eye view when you're trying to place items in the house, you just get a side view. But I really like that you can place different wallpaper and colours on individual walls instead of having to have the same design in the whole room. And also, I do love that you can change the colour of an item once you've placed it in your house to refresh the house instead of having to buy a new item. There are events in the games for careers, hobbies, reaching relationship milestones, in parties to earn party points, and special events, which are longer events but have 5-second tasks within them. You need to complete the 5-second tasks to fill up the stars. Once all the stars are full, you complete the event and earn the reward related to that event. The higher the level you are in the career, hobby or relationship, the more stars you have to fill. I love the fast pace of these events and that you can go to work or complete a hobby as many times as you want or can during a day. Parties allow you to interact with other players' Sims. You can even ask them to move in if the other person agrees. But more on all this to come in later videos.
Overall, I really enjoyed playing The Sims Mobile at EA Play, and I cannot wait for the official release. I love the speed of the game and I love the creator sim options. But there are a few issues. We really do need a camera on the screen. Also, every time you click when you're in an event, every time you click on a 5-second option, it zooms in and then you have to zoom out again to click on another thing. It's really quite annoying. So hopefully they change that so it stops zooming in. And the buy mode has a lot of issues that really need sorting out to make it a better player experience overall. And I will say it one more time, the content in this video was recorded at EA Play, so features will change in the official release. Thanks for watching. I hope this has cleared a few things up about the game that you were unsure about, and I hope you're really looking forward to the game like I am. There'll be loads more Sims Mobile videos to come over the coming months. Thanks for watching. Bye!